everyone. Happy Saturday. Um, Before we get started talking about the weather forecast, I just wanted to say something quickly, about the WBTV family members, members of their family, the community here in Charlotte, um, and just reminder to hold your loved ones extra tight today. I know that our thoughts and prayers continue, and the families of both of the men, Chip and Jason. And Jason's actually being laid to rest today, and I can't help but feel a little bit like the gorgeous weather, right, has kind of something to do with that. So, just a great reminder, I think. On the week of Thanksgiving weekend, is just spending time, hopefully with your friends and family, that we take the time, to remember, and definitely honor them too. I know we'll have a little bit more coverage of that coming up in our 6 p.m. newscast. But the weather is gorgeous today. And I do, truly believe that Jason's happy about that. Weather gorgeous today. Of course, we have a lot of sunshine, a few clouds mixing in right now. You can see from Monroe, Dallas, Kannapolis from our live pictures right now. Today's sky conditions mostly sunny for the majority of the day, but you can see some of those high clouds streaming in off and on. Those will make for those really, really pretty sunsets just before the sun, of course, goes down, since it's a little bit earlier. Normally, if we had the same setup during the summertime when our sunsets are a little bit later, I would say the clouds will probably be too clouded over before, but I think it will be a really nice sunset here on November 26th. So talking about great weather, right? We love to see that. Overnight, we're going to see some changes, a lot of cloud cover building in, and eventually we're going to see better opportunities for rain and even a few thunderstorms possible by Sunday morning. So you can see satellite and radar imagery right now showing some of those clouds streaming in, but no rain. Things are going to look a lot different here in 24 hours. So, quick overview of your weekend forecast today: abundant sunshine, a few of those showers building in by the overnight time frame, and then eventually tomorrow morning rain and thunderstorms, but clearing expected by the afternoon and evening hours. So, today's high temperatures reaching the upper 60s. Tomorrow we're in the 70s. Both days, temperature wise, really pleasant. In fact, this morning our lows only dipped to around 40 degrees, which is very pleasant for this time of year. As we're normally in the upper 30s. So you can see cloud cover streaming in on Futurecast 4 p.m. Then we look ahead to closer to 8 p.m. And again, we're almost completely clouded over with high, mid, and low level clouds. And then midnight is really the time frame I think we'll start to see a few spotty showers. Of course, many folks out and about, maybe because Saturday night's normally your jam, or just the fact that friends and family are in town for Thanksgiving weekend and you're trying to get out and show them the area. Expect a few isolated showers possible, again, as early as 11 p.m. and midnight, but these will become more heavy and more widespread as we go throughout the morning. So here's 4 a.m. You can see already a few pockets of heavy rain. I do still think that 6 to 8 a.m. is probably the time frame where we'll see our best opportunity for pockets of heavy rain and even some of those isolated thunderstorms. We'll get more on the storms in just a second, but I don't expect anything to be severe. And then as we progress closer to noontime, you can see that almost all the rain is wrapped up. You can see just a few isolated showers lingering. Panthers, of course, kicking off at 1 o'clock. So I think many folks have been talking about this, asking about it over the past few days. Good reminder too, we talk about crap apps all the time with the apps that come on your phone. That pulls raw model data. So of course, earlier this week, we had some apps still streaming, closer to the latter half of the day with the rain. But I know Brad's been pretty consistently saying most of the week that he expected the majority of that rain to be early in the morning. So WCNC team, humans, always better forecasters. Thunderstorm outlook again tomorrow. We will have a few storms possible, mainly in the morning time frame, because of course the rain wraps up by about lunchtime. See this just shaded in blue. It's not our typical, low, high, medium risk for severe thunderstorms, and that's because they're not severe. These are just general thunderstorms, which essentially means thunder and lightning. Some gusty wind possible too, because this cold front is going to produce that gusty wind, but we're not talking winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. We're not talking tornado risk. We're not talking hail risk. Those are the three parameters you need for severe storms. So nothing like that expected tomorrow, just general thunderstorm risk. But I think it's important for many folks who might be out and about, especially tailgating early in the morning, to know that it is a risk and one that we need to monitor closely as we progress throughout tomorrow morning. And of course, we'll be live on Wake Up Charlotte tracking anything that's going on. I don't think that the thunderstorm risk is high by any stretch, the imagination, but it does remain because we will have enough of that instability. And as the front comes in too, winds are going to start to pick up as early as overnight and into tomorrow morning. Gusty winds up toward the mountains and foothills with gust potential 25 to 35 miles per hour. Across the Piedmont, I think this will be highest for the late morning and early afternoon. This is when our wind gusts, especially in the Charlotte area and area southeast toward Anson County, Monroe in Union County, down toward Lancaster, Cheraw, Rockingham, could see gusts close to 35 miles per hour. That's going to pack a punch. In fact, it's close to that tropical storm force wind gust. So, I mean, just to show you, I mean, it is high enough that it could knock some loose limbs over, things like that. You may want to bring any Christmas decorations they may have already put out. Bring them inside or maybe deflate them. And tailgaters, make sure that your tents are secured because these winds can pick some of that stuff up and blow it away. So just be aware of that again tomorrow morning. Winds will stay breezy throughout the afternoon, but they'll eventually settle down as we get closer to Monday morning. So it won't necessarily be this high all day. It'll be higher in the morning and early afternoon when the rain's rolling through, but we will still see a breeze continuing through the afternoon. So here's that hour by hour forecast. You can see about a 40% chance of rain. Still, I'm keeping it at 11, 20% at noon, and I have less than 10% at 1 p.m., of course, which is when the Panthers Broncos game will kick off. High temperatures reaching the lower 70s. Yes, it is still going to be on the breezy side. So just be aware of that too. If you've ever been to Bank of America Stadium, any of the areas where you kind of have like a little bit of an awning or when you walk down from your seats, right, to go in and get food, Diet Coke, things like that. That's what I drink at those games. Diet Coke fanatic over here. Anything like that, the kind of creates that wind tunnel effect. So you could have a really sunny day with a high of 60 and it feels great when you're out there, but then you go under and you feel cold just because of the shade and the fact that the kind of creates that wind tunnel effect. So just remember that, of course, with the breeze, you'll have a similar effect. But the good news is the highs will be in the 70s. So it'll be warmer than normal. So it won't be quite as bad as if maybe we were closer to December. As we look ahead then to latter half of Sunday and into Monday, of course, the cold front has rolled through, the wind starting to die down, the rain is over. Monday, Tuesday look great, but then we have a secondary cold front that will be off to the north and west. You can kind of see this here as we look at the next 48 hours. That second cold front is going to bring us our second chance of rain in the 7-day forecast that comes in on Wednesday. It will bring us a slight cool down, but the general trend over the next 6 to 10 days is going to be warmer than normal. It won't necessarily be as warm as we were at the first half of November, and this will be as we wrap up this month and head into December. But the colder stretch, we've had 7 or so days in a row of highs in the 50s, lows in the 20s. That is gone at least for the next 7 to 10 days. So you kind of get a little bit of everything. So today, lots of sunshine, highs reaching the upper 60s. Again, overnight, we'll start to bring in that small chance of rain. Then tomorrow morning, it's a morning rain event. This is a morning rain event. This is a morning rain event. I'm going to say it one more time, just because, of course, it is going to be impactful for tailgaters in the early half of the day, but actual game time things clear out. Monday, Tuesday look great. Wednesday, second chance of rain this week, and then we do cool things down toward Thursday and Friday. So thanks to everybody for joining for the stream today. Hopefully you were able to watch Wake Up Charlotte Weekend this morning. Maybe you slept in a little bit, so definitely join us back here tomorrow morning on WCNC starting at 6 a.m., going to 8 a.m., and then again from 9 to 10. I hope everybody has a safe, happy, healthy Saturday and hold those loved ones extra, extra tight this weekend and as we get closer to the end of the year. Bye, everybody.